Hello BBs! I hope you guys have been doing well. Welcome back to another video. Today we're jumping back into Beacon Pines. The last time that we left off, we were trying to figure out basically what happened with our friend. I'm not sure where we're gonna start because I guess we could go back all the way to the beginning to maybe try some different things and find out what other stuff that we could potentially use, because honestly we're kind of at a standstill here because I'm not really sure what else we can use. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning and we'll see what we can accomplish. We're gonna go chill for the day.
We were just gonna go chill for the day.
That one seemed to work the best. We're gonna kind of speed run through this, so if you haven't already seen this stuff, go back to video 1 and you'll be able to see all the things that we did. Alright, so they're making plans to go back to the warehouse. And
Lucas winter coat decommissioned for the summer.
I just realized that that jacket is the one that the little rat uses when he wants to cover up. He took your jacket. Oh, so these are where we see all of these. There's so many things that we haven't used, like succulent and refuse. Don't think we used tender or rumble or indulgent. I actually wonder, so
after Lucas
one of the things that we could do, like when we go to meet Roxy, like we make it so that we go by ourselves like we did originally, and it gives us, it's a story about change. I wonder if there was a different story that we could use.
Ran the local paper of record.
It's easy to get in trouble. Don't mind me, just over here lurking uselessly. Oh hey sis, nice weather we're having, eh? I couldn't help but notice you snuck out this morning before breakfast. Wasn't hungry. Also couldn't help but notice your morning chores were left unchored. Roxy, I'm gonna level with you. I'm sick and tired of digging up carrots. We all gotta pick up the slack since the foul harvest. Almost every carrot I dig up is rotten, and the rest looks like they were hit with Hank Atomic Shrink Array. All the more reason to keep on digging. There's gotta be more to life than puny carrots. Look, Roxy, Luke and I have places to be, so if you don't mind. Oh, I do mind. I'm not gonna catch hell again because of you. So either you march yourself home and harvest those carrots, or I haul you home myself. Okay, so I wonder if we got some different options this time.
Cracking her knuckles. In the past, he found the
that I
best
can
way to deal with an
besides
enraged Roxy was to be a little
the
chill.
change. Okay, so now I go by myself. And I don't think that changes anything else in this regard. Okay, that makes, he keeps talking about his grandma.
The path led in.
Alright.
The fence thrummed. Luca often asked so that he... The fence is buzzing.
I go through.
Every kid in town knew the old Valentine fertilizer building. Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pine. Now, it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life. There was only one way to find out.
Alright, let me see. Too bad Rolo's not here. He'd have no problem poking around in there.
The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid. The water looked almost diseased.
And you're playing
It
around
flowed
in it.
slowly into the woods.
Don't think there's anything else around here that you can mess with. Just the door.
Luca thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better. The sound of footsteps grew louder.
It's a moment of truth.
The heavy steel door knocked Luca to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged toward him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle. Luca watched his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door, into the lab, into the green light.
Struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby.
Okay, here is something different.
He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone.
Get him. Smack him in the
Let
face.
me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go.
Yes.
Luca was free
Scramble.
and scrambled
Go.
to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home.
Hell yeah.
Chapter 3.
Oh. Okay, so how does this make it different? Because now they know that we know.
Everything's fine. The next morning,
Everything is not
it was
fine.
quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Okay, so this is probably going to be similar. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay, so what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rolo had things to do, so I sort of just poked around town. I've set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver at the Bag and Wag. Another for Mrs. Fratelli at the diner. Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed. He said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. Honey is not the jam that he wants. There are some extras in the basket for the enthusiastic gentleman. I don't want to give it to Mr. Nuncreed because we know he's shady. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now, while the day is still young. Bye, Granny. I know what you're up to, too. I think you were planning something to, expose the Valentines. Or Mr. Nuncreed. I don't know. Hello, it's Juniper Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. The simple matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. I really need to know what Granny's up to. Okay. Let's go do our deliveries. Our friend's okay! That makes me happy. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news. No more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies. What else could it possibly be? Rolo, I'm gonna deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Ooh, is it a whole thing? Sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. He's really sold on this whole idea. Give him props for the commitment. Oh, what happened here? Hey, bud. Wait, watch your step. Oh, sorry. There's a whole family of beetles here. They're gone missing. I thought they just sort of wandered around. Everyone has a home, Luca. Even beetles.
Luca checked the soles of his sandals.
I think we're okay. It's weird that they're gone. It's the liquid that's being pumped into the forest. They went missing when the festival preparations began. You think the noise scared them away? Something like that. Just watch your step, okay? Will do, Bugman. What are you doing? You can tell those jerks. It doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up. I ain't moving. Humph. Okay, I can't talk to you again. That's good. I don't really like you either. Shady. Alright, last chance diner. Here we come. Oh, it's her. Well, if it isn't my favorite little jam runner. Hey, Mrs. Fratelli. Look at you.
Leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your gran not feeding you? She is. It's just, I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute, running around our little apron, in our little apron taking orders. Ah, the whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened with Eleanor? Break. I got another one. This is good. I've got a feeling she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her
Luca
son.
shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Ah, yes. Let's see
Mrs.
here.
Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Ah, they even have my name on them. How
She
thoughtful.
carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your gran hello for me, Luca. Will do. What are you doing in here? If I could be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn. Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you. Man's got a lot on his plate. It's just that... Oh, you don't really want to be left alone, do you? Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. You're not a very charismatic man, so... Truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking? Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family, for our legacy. That sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. That's sweet of him to say. Let's go check out this picture. We haven't actually seen what either of his
Luca
parents look
squinted
like.
at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Oh, yay. Is this his mom? Is this Miss Fratelli? Ready to help, Mama? Alright, little buckaroo. It's up to us to feed these folks while Mrs. Fratelli is away. Gotta deal with the inventory before I can start cooking. Do you think you can handle taking some orders in the meantime? Yes, Mama. There's Roxy. Hi, Roxy. Luca. I'm helping. Wow, hopefully your work ethic will rub off on Rollo. What can I get you? I'm not really feeling like a burger. How about a chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Coming right up. Oh, I see. This is how this gets us help. Nice. Here you go. I call it the Love Me Tenders. Nice. You should have been here working. Gadzooks, they've shrunk the wait staff.
Jeff slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
He's the dad joke guy. How's your pops doing? He's been pretty busy these days. I know the feeling. Tell him that fishing rod he ordered should be ready next week, will you? Sure thing. I've been in the mood for something sweet. You got a burger that satisfies a sweet tooth? A sweet burger? Yeah, and top it off with some grilled cactus. Grilled cactus? Candy and grilled cactus does not sound like a good combo. Heart, wants what it wants. Sure. He said candy and cactus. Here's your order. I call it the sweet and stabby. Ha, now that's a burger with a bite. Weird. Are you a little young to be waiting tables? I'm just helping out. Ah, my father had me hustling when I was your age as well. Baller always says. Oh, excuse me, I came out of nowhere. Ugh. Children are to be sails, pulling a family ever forward. That doesn't sound very fun. You're right, it doesn't. There's plenty of time for fun. For instance, Father and I always make time to have lunch together once a
Luca
month.
glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Should I come back? Oh no. Turns out Father was too busy to have lunch today. Aw. Just go ahead and eat alone. Oh. The silver lining is, without him around, I can have my usual. Nice stack of cold cuts topped with a pile of sloppy chili. That actually sounds decent. Alright, cold cuts. Sloppy chili. Here you are. Cold cuts with steaming hot chili on top. I call it the hot and cold. That's perfect. Thank you. Looks like we're missing a few things. Why don't you run out and grab some more ingredients? Okay, I'll be back. Can I talk to anybody else that's in here? It looks like this must be... There's Nuncreed and the Valentines. They're up to something. And this is Fritz's dad. What could the Valentines and Mr. Nuncreed be talking about?
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. No bother, no
He
bother.
leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me? Yeah, Gran had some jams I'm supposed to give
He
you.
leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. Just wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Is the jam like a secret code or something? Is that why Gran gives jam to just 2 people? She must write something on them or have something about them that is like a messaging thing for them. The jam! Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me. Man,
He reached
this man,
forward and
if there
snapped
was
the jars of jam,
a secret
giving
agent
Luca a
around,
little
he would
wink.
literally screw everyone over. I shall put it on my store shelves post haste. Okay. I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of
He leaned in
course.
for a final whisper.
Of course. Man, if you couldn't be any more obvious. What you doing, bud? How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know, somewhere cold. How do they keep somewhere cold? Look, Bert, do you want ice cream or not? No, I'm good. Alright, so why does Mr. Nuncreed get jam? Maybe it's just because he really likes the jam. Or maybe Gran knows something about Mr. Nuncreed. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, you seem chipper. Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops these off herself. I guess she's busy today. Anyway, this is my last delivery for the day. Oh, in that
Nuncreed
case,
snatched the basket from Luca.
I'll hold on to the basket until the next time I see your Gran. Ugh, I hate him. Stop trying to get with my granny, you weirdo. Oh, it's the new kid. Hey, you. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12. Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? I don't ever tell you ask too many questions. Try to keep up, okay? It's a new kid. I forget what her name is. What just happened? Oh. No questions. Just go. Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this, his favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh, what is your new little friend's
Beck
name?
locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn, nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Ilona? Ilona, I guess? We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years, so you both can stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh darling, we never doubted you. It's just that, for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nellie means is that we just want this move to be as easy as possible for you. You can relax, as a friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Luca, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I actually already asked him and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two will get into too much trouble now. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome. I owe you one. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is the little cottage next to that big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by their big creepy gate. Don't be late, or I'm back to square one on the whole friend thing. Great, see you there. Okay, so what does Beck have to do with the Valentines? That they all work together. The mayor knew them as well. Hey, it's that guy. It's the sloth. Good morning, Jeff. Oh my god. What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now, it's not all bad. The festival's coming up. The festival. Old Man Valentine's used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's Perennial Harvest putting on this one, and they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, the difference between the old Valentine Company and this new Perennial Harvest outfit
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. Why do you have a brown banana and an empty soup can in your pocket? But those are both garbage. Exactly. Okay. Oh. He's so cute, I can't get over it. Maybe, maybe not. Try me. Well, there's been some weird stuff going on at the old Valentine warehouse. Can't say I know anything about the old warehouse, but empty hives don't stay empty for long. Huh?
Otto motioned to the book in front of him.
He's reading about bees. The more I read about bees, the more similarities I see with people. If a hive collapses and fails, it doesn't stay empty for long. A new queen will set up shop pretty quickly. So you're saying it would make sense for someone new to start using the warehouse? Nature arbors a vacuum? I don't even know what that means, but you're too smart for me. I think I've read everything in here, so I don't need to see anything else. Alright, are we actually going to learn some more things about Valentine? So, who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest? Sounds like one. So, just 3 people live in that huge thing? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens in it all the time in that place. Like that. Not really. Valentine's pretty much to keep to themselves. So, it's empty and boring? Pretty much. What a waste. Mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died, before the Foul Harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone's mentioned this Foul Harvest thing, and you'll use that same ominous tone. Eventually you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. So did they just like confiscate all this land and this tiny house just happened to be in the back because somebody didn't want to move? Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this and as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle
Beck
that.
took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills.
A mood wills.
Ilona Moodwill was worried
It was
about
Ilona.
change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates.
Easier that
Dinner
way.
went by without much conversation.
Oh, it's a cute little
As
cottage.
she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply she could do that.
To tend to them. Sorry, I didn't mean to press that. So, Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Over on the other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck, manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. Mom's been missing for a few months now. Like, missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we'd have put more effort into
Ilona
dinner.
nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luca. This move has us all a little
Luca
tired.
wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So, Beck said that you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Ow! I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Burning Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. It's because Mr. Prescott's dead, and you're gonna die next. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Burning Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the
Luca
ground.
glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dreams. Ooh, I guess somebody, as Jay said, Ilona was an avid gardener. And I guess she likes to do it the old-fashioned way, while her wife likes to do it the scientific way, and she doesn't like that. You swore you
Beck
didn't.
slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca, how about some dessert? Actually have to meet my friend Rolo
Luca
soon.
glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around
Luca
here.
wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It was really good. See you at the festival, Beck. She's gonna go with us, huh? Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rolo could be prickly around new people, but Beck seemed cool. Rolo would warm up to her eventually, probably.
The chorus began to respond, while the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble. Let's go with rumble, because we've been holding on to that one for a while.
Respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before the storm kicks
Luca
off?
surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for
At
it.
that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Pray inside you two before you catch a cold. Luke, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Okay. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days. Oh my gosh. Just like Violet Beauregard from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
Gross. It's weird. I know.
Looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Oh wow. Oh, and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of station on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent.
He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards, some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. It's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Okay, Superman. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it.
Becca took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like even when people are around? Well, Rilla can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? I didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. They're so sweet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? I never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. Why would you do that? What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Sometimes just yelling it out into the universe is what you have to do, so I feel this. Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Rah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. I bet that feels much better. Wow. I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and roll at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
Aw, that was a sweet moment.
Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Rollo's not gonna be happy. Oh, it's Dawn. What are you doing out here? Hey, Dawn. Tracking down a lead? You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar? How? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her reward. That explains why we have that other kid. A kid our age, who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo! So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep. Or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. Oh. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Wait, is this the right way? I don't think so, because that goes to... No, it's not. I have to go back through town first. What were the other conditions, though? Why would he need a kid? What would be this importance of Solomon? Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir? Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. Storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir? I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one that tell this town that we failed them? No? That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Rude. He's not a robot. He needs to sleep. Rollo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar. You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, the storm rolled out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you're off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise, but you took so long that the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. Oh my god, he's so dramatic. What do you mean? What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
Oh my god. It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you, but I kept my word, 'cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. You can stay out as late as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this. If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad
Rolo's
friend.
tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa's right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my pa's still
The
around.
words hung in the cold
That's
night
cold.
air. Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line.
Yeah, you're being a bitch.
But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rolo. Dang it. Yeah. This is a little harsh, my guy. Bringing up his dead dad like that.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Rolo, what a jerk. I kick it again. Call me a bad friend? Ooh, I'm Rolo. Look at me and my amazing family. Just keep kicking it till I break something. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Aww. Poor baby. Luca?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things. Okay? I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I know, it's hard to fight with your friends. Bet Rolo's still gonna go to the festival. He's gonna be miserable. Rolo thinks I'm still going to the festival with him. He can shove it. Just wanted to get the oatmeal, that's all.
Luca dozed off again.
Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rolo came by. What did he say? Wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is to sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out.
What is Gran up to? She's just busy.
Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
And that's the part that sucks the most. What's
The
this?
Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first
Luca
volume.
carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rolo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind. But it had stayed right there where Rolo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Medwill? Meadowell? She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rolo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want a bite before
Without
bedtime.
realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him.
I would have to eat something. Even if I'm sad and mopey, I feel like I have to eat a snack.
Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad? Where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit.
Oh?
The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself.
Ooh, it's like a premonition.
Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp.
Oh, is he gonna see who it is?
Mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him.
Oh.
Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin.
Is it gonna be like some multiverse type of thing?
Welp, Dad. If you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
It's like, it better be Gran. No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine? Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo fought about doesn't matter. But
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. Mm-hmm. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Aw. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. Yes, it is. I freaking love corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luca. Love you too. Bye, Gran. See you later.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6. Through Thick and Thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air, but the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
There you are. Luca, Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two gotta fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Literally, it's the library. Who's this? Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about, but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luca, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books? I was able to return the perennial harvest safety suit you borrowed. Oh. If that's who I think it was, maybe she was the one that was over there at the fertilizer factory. I don't think anyone noticed. Or maybe it was him, because he borrowed it. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? No, okay, he didn't borrow it, she borrowed it. It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. It's like a mafia boss. Let's go to the library and find our friend. The library. Somewhere quiet. Hey, Luca.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. Seriously, there's more. The first. Oh, you didn't think this was... Come on, get out of the way. All, did you? Rollo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
I would love this, actually. It'd be annoying, but it would be like, this is fun. On the planet Furple, you may take issue. When the 5th king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. It's the 5th issue, which I think this guy has. Hey Jace, still working through the newest Hank Atomic? You know it. Some fascinating canon towards the end. Did you know Hank Atomic Shrink Ray doesn't technically shrink stuff? It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else? Bingo! That's wild. But Chase, no spoilers please. Alright, sorry. Looking for the Hank Atomic stuff, which I think is up
Luca
here.
grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4 from
Nope,
the shelf.
that's not the one I need.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5 from the shelf.
There it is. Ah, you found
Kato
it.
removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the
Oh.
purple light, 2 words glowed.
Oh.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Rollo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. but I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Joff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rolo. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a grift.
He continued flipping.
Only found in... Grub? Cart?
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift, in, grub, cart, Griffin, Griffin's grub cart. I would never have gotten that. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Where's this guy's snack stand? I would assume it's down at the bottom. Was that the squirrel dude? Down here? Oh, this is this Griffin. Hey, Griffin. Did Rolo come?
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy. I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or
Luca
something.
shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck. It's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting in here for a while. Rolo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's
Luca
just...
tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Really? Oh, come
He shook
on.
off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain up the
Luca
step.
finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This is gonna be a whole thing. This is the coffee house. Have you seen Rolo? There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rolo owes me for this
He
one.
waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task a friendship brings. See? That wasn't so hard. Ugh, I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. Takes flight but has no wings. Good luck, Luca. A balloon. Aw. Hey. Hey. Did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then. No, it doesn't make up for what I said. But here, you've earned
Rolo
this.
sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Thanks. You didn't have to go to all the trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened, with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rolo, still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rolo,
Aw.
hugging him as tightly as he...
Rolo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around, try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Are you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait one more day. You know, I have been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. The name is a bit unpredictable. Yeah, it kind of screwed us over last time. That sounds perfect. These balloons, though. I wonder where Beck is. Did you hear? After Miss Kerr gives his big speech, there's gonna have the first annual Biggest Catch competition. As long as a boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. Ha ha ha. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Lolo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand.
Uh-oh.
If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried everything I've done. I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
I love you too,
Luca
Gran.
folded the paper into his pocket.
You're not even
and
curious
held up
about what
the
she's
letter.
talking about? Literally, your Gran is in trouble. What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. You know, you really didn't have to go to all the trouble just to apologize. I know, but we'd been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Rolo.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue.
What?
A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Something explode. What was that? Aw, man, we missed the
It
fireworks?
was not fireworks.
Something
It was
exploded.
something
The
boys
factory?
couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
What's about to happen? Is everyone about to die? It was just like in the dream. The big chill.
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene, in a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together.
Are they still conscious? Is this like Dr. Stone?
For the rest of time. The end.
Bro, what? This is not what I was expecting at all.
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either.
Nah, fam.
There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
What is going on in this town, man? This makes no sense. There's toxic waste out changing people, and then there's a random iceberg, and Gran clearly knows something that's happening here. I bet that his dad, and whatever accident happened, it probably wasn't an accident, or if it was an accident, Mom tried to figure out what was happening, and then Mom found out too much, so they kidnapped her, and she's in the basement of whatever is down below the city, and then Gran is trying to find Mom, because I don't know if Gran is Dad's mom or if she's Mom's, but she's trying to find her, and she knows too much. So, what is happening? What did Valentine do? And what is Mr. Kerr up to? Because he's the one that's kind of the mastermind behind all of these, with all these clipboard guys. So what is happening? But we won't find out this time. I hope you guys will come back for the next video where maybe we'll dive in a little bit more. But for now, that's the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe and like this video. It supports me a lot, and I appreciate you very much so. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!